Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to Lotte Tower? You can get there by taking the bus number 571. How far is it to get there from here? It takes about 10 minutes by bus. What attractions should we see while we're here? Make sure you go to see Lotte World. The scenery around the city is so wonderful as well. Avoid the business district at 6 p.m. There's a lot of traffic. It would be good to do a lot of sightseeing during the day. Is there a nice restaurant near here? The dining district is 2 blocks away. There are lots of good places to eat. Can you tell me if I need to tip here? I don't know the customs of this country. Can you tell me how to get to the theater? The theater is near the train station. You need to go straight down this street for 1 block. So, are you enjoying your time in Seoul so far? Tell me, what do you like most about the city so far? I like eating Korean food. Kimchi tastes really great. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, I think I will go fishing with my father. There's a possibility we'll go on a picnic, but it all depends on the weather. If I have time tomorrow, I think I'll go shopping. I should remember to ask my mother not to make too much food for me. Suppose you can't go on vacation. What would you do? If I buy that house, I'll have to borrow a lot of money. There's a chance my grandmother won't be able to come to my house for my birthday. If you were to attend the rock festival, what would you wear? I would have gone to Jeju if it hadn't rained. What would you have done last Sunday if you hadn't needed to cook? If you had gotten up earlier, you would have had enough time for exercise. If I had had time, I would have studied Chinese. Would you have done the same thing if you had been in my shoes? If Jenny had only seen the advertisement sooner, she would have bought that concert ticket. If you had been more careful, you wouldn't have hurt yourself so much on the stairs. If I had known you wanted to eat, I would have gone to the restaurant that you like. Had I known we didn't have enough money, I wouldn't have come to the expensive resort. He would have gone with his girlfriend, but he didn't have time. If I had asked for the location of the bus stop, I wouldn't have gotten lost in London. Everything would have been all right if you hadn't said anything to Paul. What did Minsu do yesterday? He was studying for the exam. Was he studying math? No, he was preparing for the English exam. I was also planning my studies. I was studying English literature. What were you doing last weekend? I was playing the guitar. What were you working on? I was preparing a report. What were you doing when I telephoned? I was watching a movie yesterday when you called. I was getting ready to watch a movie. My dad and I were cooking dinner. My mom was asking me about your younger brother. I was thinking about Paul last week. He was doing well until his back started hurting yesterday. That's too bad. I hoped you two were enjoying your time together yesterday. I was traveling a lot before summer started. Before the project started, I was getting enough sleep. First of all, I'd like you to join me in welcoming President O at Eduo. Thank you for having me. I don't think you've met Mr. O. I'm looking forward to today's meeting. I'd also like to introduce Ms. Kim, who recently joined our team. I've heard a lot about your work being very meticulous and good. Thank you. My boss helps me a lot. It's fun to work where I can experience a lot of things. I'm afraid our manager, Emma, can't be with us today. She is in China at the moment. How long have you worked for this firm? I have worked here for 3 years. What inspired you to become a member? Studying the Chinese language can be one of the greatest benefits for me. What do you think of the conference so far? Have the sessions been helpful? Yes, I think today's session will help me a lot in my field of work. Do you have any special plans after today's meeting? If you don't have any special schedule, would you like to have a quick meal after the meeting? What do you recommend me to see while I'm here? You should go to Myeongdong once. If we are all here, let's get started. We're here today to discuss ways of improving sales in rural market areas. Before I begin the report, I'd like to get some ideas from you all. How do you feel about rural sales in your sales districts? Sales have been a little slow lately, so I think we should focus more on marketing. First, let's go over the report from the last meeting. Can you tell us how the ABC project is progressing? So, if there is nothing else to discuss, let's move on to today's agenda. Okay, have you all received a copy of the agenda? There are 3 items on the agenda. I suggest we take item 2. I recommend item 1 is the best option for us. Item 1 is a product that is in high demand in the market. On the other hand, item 2 is not popular among women in their 20s. Let's move on to the next item. Shall I go over the main points? I think we can do a blind test on real customers. The next meeting will be this coming Friday. Can we fix the next meeting, please? What about the following Wednesday? Wednesday is full of meetings, so I think next Thursday would be good. Would you like to add anything, Jenny? Nothing special, but I think I just need to supplement the proposal with some more photo material.